I'm all alone for the next little while. Mike has left the homestead for about a week or so, and I'm feeling a little sad, but I'm also feeling really happy that he gets to go and spend time with his family. My only wish is that I was able to go. All of the chores aren't too much for me to handle alone, but it's the lack of comfort that knowing someone is there, and also the realization of how quiet life is when you're left alone, or so I thought. I've done it before, so I know I can do it again, and we've prepared me the best that we can, from making sure I have enough food and water, to walkie-talkies, to connect with the neighbors in case of an emergency. Mike has arranged a few people to check in on me, as I am also without a vehicle during this time. And because of the wildlife here, I also bring Brody, my trusted sidekick, with me whenever I journey outside. The last time I was by my lonesome, a neighbor pulled into the drive and let me know that I was sitting out in the open just 100 feet away from a bear. And today is such a beautiful day that I decided to take Brody with me on a hike in the woods to go check on one of my favorite spots on this property. This pond is so beautiful, and I love just being in this spot. Brody has always been my protector when Mike is away, and as he ages, I find myself getting a little emotional to think of life without him. He has taught me so much in his over 10 years of life. So, Mike just left, probably about, 3 hours ago, maybe a little bit longer. And I jokingly said to him, watch, you're gonna go and Miss B is gonna be in labor. And yeah, her bag of milk has completely filled up now. So here is to hoping that we have an easy labor and delivery. Mike couldn't hold off going to Michigan anymore because in order for him to quarantine for 14 days and be back in time for me to be able to deliver the baby kittens to their new homes and to be able to go to the homesteading conference, he has to be back in Canada by a certain day. And so he stretched it off because she was due on I recalculated, she was due on April 5th, and I can't remember the date today. I think it's the 9th or the 10th. So she's just a few days overdue, which mini goats typically go 145 days. Regular size goats go 155 days. So that's the average. Anyways, 150 or 155 days. So she's a few days late, which is okay. But now I'm by my lonesome. Of course, she had to do this, like literally 3 to 4 hours after Mike left to go to Michigan. Of course. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. The barn is a complete mess right now, but I am going to, oh, hello. I am going to set up and get everything ready that I need for her labor and delivery, and make sure everything's a go. So I'm a one-person show, and I have B in labor. I'm about to go live on Annie's channel. Yeah, you are definitely in labor of all days, eh, B? Hey? I don't think she's happy. She's been up and down. And then when her tail goes up and curls, it's going up. Oh yeah. And see how it's curling? She's having a contraction right now. It's kind of going over this way. Well, you didn't, yeah, you're gonna paw now, aren't you? Sweetie. big baby. There was a big baby. There was a big baby. So we had a little baby girl. I thought she was bigger, but she seems a bit smaller than what I originally thought when she first come out. Hi, babies. Hi. Hi. You're such a cutie. On top of everything else, the baby, what are you doing? What are you doing, silly? The baby goats knocked over my camera, so I didn't really get any good footage of the goat birth. Not only that, but my laptop charger just died and broke, so I can't even edit any of this until I get a new charger sent to me because I have no vehicle. So as far as the house build is concerned, it is going to be a little bit more until we can get right into it. Even though the nice weather is here, we have quite a bit of other things that we need to do. We have to start getting ready for the homesteading conference, and we're going to be doing, since the snow is gone, a lot of cleanup around the yard because that is stressing me out. But that's okay. And then we also have to dig some ditches because water is everywhere, all around the house. Look at how beautiful this little lake is behind the house. So obviously we are going to have to, oh boy, divert some of the water. But this is all topsoil. So yeah, we're going to have to divert some of the water. But here's our future bedroom window and our future backyard. Lots of cleaning up to do. Remember I said if we wanted the garden back here that we would have to do a lot of cleaning? Yeah, there's a lot. So I'm thinking for sure that the garden is going to go up there because our septic tank is probably going to go right about here. So, but this is pretty deep. Yep, I'd say she's deep. And so we do have to create some ditches and stuff like that. So there's a lot that has to be done. So I think after the yard cleanup is done, we have to put the proper measurements in for the windows and kind of not move them over a little bit, but the windows we got are 4 feet by 4 feet. And so for the front of the house, so I'm going to be painting them and getting them ready to install here soon. And yeah, although Mike's gone, it's definitely not lonely here because these guys keep me company. A few days into my time alone, and our son decided to come and pay me a visit and keep me company for a little while. I got to spend some much needed time with him and 2 of our grandchildren. They really do have a way of making me see what's important in this life. I remember that I once had the same joy and innocence that they do when I was little. Their minds are simple, and so is their joy. As adults, we can complicate almost everything, can't we? But they reminded me the beauty of playing in a puddle instead of seeing it as just a mess. Or watching them throw stones in the water just to see if they can get them to skip. They were so eager to help me with collecting wood for a fire, it warmed my heart. From the moment Mike left to go to Michigan, it seemed like it was going to be a rough week. All starting with Miss B going into labor. But when my son came up with the boys, my eyes were opened again. It really is the little things that make this world go round. I don't know. Maybe I romanticize what they remind me to see, but what I do know is that it feels good to be reminded to slow down. to stop overcomplicating things and just enjoy the moment you're in. I also took a moment when they were here to stop and think what the world must be like through their eyes. They don't have a lot of the worries that we do either, and for good reason, but maybe they can teach us something. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and God bless.